AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Chicago Bears and the Dallas Cowboys. Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started, and we are underway from AT&T Stadium. And he returns this to the 22. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called the big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So from the 17 now, here's a first and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last two plays. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. A great play there. His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Bears are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a first and 10 at their 25-yard line. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And some room to maneuver. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That good for 22 and a first down. We often poke a little fun at running backs past the age of 30. Oh, they're getting old, they can't run anymore. What he's showing, past the age of 30, you can still have some nice runs like that.
You certainly can, and I think that we're starting to expand our definition of old running back. Because it used to be as soon as they hit 30, we want to get rid of these guys and go to the younger guys. But now that the guys are taking such great care of themselves, as you pointed out, you can still get explosive runs at any age.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Prescott now from the 50. And his throw's going to be incomplete. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 34-yard line. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues. Well, on third down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
Puts it on the carpet, it's out. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. That burst good for 20 and a first down. Here's Prescott. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Cowboys respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. The extra point up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top form.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams on defense. They may blitz more in the beginning to get them going.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
You're looking there at a defensive back who's maybe a step slower than he was when he came into the league a decade ago. I know I questioned his speed coming into the game, but what he's lost in speed, he's more than made up for it with intellect. And that's a great job of knowing how to position himself to make that interception.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
They started this drive backed up against the wall by the turnover, but I love their fight. Planted their feet and forced incompletion on first down.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy's setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
First down, Prescott. Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary game.
Second and 3 with the ball sitting on the 5. Dak's going to keep it. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On third down, it's Prescott. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And, Charles, you look at these two teams, and these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got 2 division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
The throw over the middle, taken in, and they're going to get this up to midfield. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the 50, here's Herbert. Going to throw right side here, complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Well, so far, little to no resistance by the defense on this drive alone. 3 passes, 3 completions, 3 first downs. They're taking it to them, and it's paying off.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. He's got a man, complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. First down, they'll go to the ground attack. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great. Because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
On 2nd and 11 now. Herbert. This is caught. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge the offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. On 4th down, Herbert. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they fell behind early, but since then, 2 touchdowns and a 14-7 lead.
Yeah, they found the end zone on their first 2 drives, and even more so after the defense gave up the first lead. But these last 2 drives, obviously they inspired their D because they shut them down the last time out. They hope to continue that string.
So deep trouble here, backed up to their own 1-yard line for 2nd and long. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he'll get him a little space here up to the 5-yard line. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Here's Prescott. They'll drop this underneath to Pollard, and they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it, a gain of 12, a big first down to get away from the end zone. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 57 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Takes it to about the 37. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Prescott now. Swinging this out for Pollard. And he goes out right around the 39. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And it's 3rd and 4 now. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now Prescott. And that is incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. On first down, Justin Herbert. Got a man on the right sideline. It's Bass. Touchdown, Chicago! A great play there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Taken from about the 12. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with a 1-point lead, you'd have to think they'll be looking just to get this to halftime. Prescott looks to throw on first. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for second down. To throw is Prescott. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He can have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
This will be fielded inside the 5. So we have reached halftime here in a tight 2-point contest. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter.
Like out of your control.
Never see how takes it from the 21. They're going to take this up close to the 40, so really good starting field position.
And find me that nigga that can say he stuck his dick in me. Huh? Wait. And find me that nigga that can say he stuck his dick in me.
We saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the
saying
football.
like you
Now,
can't
team
find that
trailing here will
person?
start with it
Hey yo,
in the
Kevin
third
Gates
quarter.
be wild. And y'all keep that everything you see about Kevin Gates. Like out of your control. Never see how Kevin Gates.
And now he's getting the ball to start the second half. How about the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Prescott's throw complete into the hands of Schultz here. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
He don't make no good reads, bro. He doesn't make no good reads at
It's so
all.
important to tackle well against these guys, but you and I both know it's easier said than done when the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
And it's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there. Touchdown! Tony Pollard, 28 yards. And the Cowboys have retaken a third quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 5. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
Play action. It's Herbert. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Herbert. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Again, Herbert. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Now a hit and a loose football.
That's twice he done got that.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
There was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
On play action, Prescott. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
46.
After the sack on 1st down, Prescott throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Touchdown, Cowboys! Dak Prescott now 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon, and they're able to add on to their advantage. Extra point right down the middle, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. The last series form a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Herbert off of play action. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed it.
Under pressure, they got him again. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very low. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield. Now the Bears keeping the offense on the field and going for 2. And they'll have Herbert try and throw for it. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. A fairly short kick from the 14. And now off to the races, down the right side. And it will be an excellent return here all the way down inside the 25-yard line. What a play.
Forget the idea of flipping the field. They have now put themselves in a position to score points with that big-time return.
Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Going to run again here with Pollard. 67 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Prescott on 3rd and 2. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
On that snap, he's the hero of his defense up to the play he just made. A one-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
They throw it out right complete, and now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And the Bears will get the football back. So they'll trudge off the field with a bitter taste in their mouths after that failed 4th down conversion.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of analysis there on the sidelines. Was it the right call? Was it against the right defense? Should they have even gone for it at all? Will that change what they do going forward in this game? A lot of questions to be answered by them. The defense doesn't really care. They're like, bring it on again. We'll stop you the next time, too.
We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Back now in Arlington. It's Bears football, but they trail on the scoreboard as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. Eight yards to go on 2nd down. Now it's Herbert. Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne and try to knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Eluding the pressure right. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Decent gain on the scramble of 6, but now it's 4th.
And defensively, they had an extra defensive back on the field, their nickel package, and it made a difference. All the receivers were blanketed, so he tried to run for it, but he came up just a bit short.
Now they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. Prescott on 1st down. He finds his target, it's Schultz. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, You have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A long touchdown.
Tony Pollard halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Cowboys look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. But that's certainly an important touchdown there. It makes this a 2-score game.
But as we've seen, no lead is safe in this one with the way these 2 offenses have lit up the scoreboard. I would imagine that on their sidelines, they're both yelling at their defenses, hey, you want to get involved here? One big play from you, that could win the game for us.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And this will be caught by Mooney. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards. On 1st and 10, Herbert. And he's got his man on the out route. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Herbert finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. But correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down. He'll get that complete to his tight end Kmet. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Herbert throwing again. Steps, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Out of the gun, Herbert. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Just off how I got guarded last year. I guess it was like a sense of pride of just understanding how they were gonna guard me, and they were going to make me have to earn their respect.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
I just kind of wanted to make my,
with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. You're in the 4th quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts at early opportunity opportunity,
to
but
understand I
wait
was
till
going
you
to be
hit
the
the
guy that had
2-minute
to prove
warning.
himself.
So there's a
I felt
lot going
issues,
into this one.
kind of
Let's see how
disrespected
each
just
side goes
how
about
I
their
got
strategy.
guarded last year. And I guess it was like a sense of pride, just understanding how they were going to guard me. And
Now on
they were going
second
to
and
make me have to earn their
13,
respect.
Prescott.
I totally understand.
Oh, he's got a
That's
man
kind of my
wide
thing.
open, complete.
When I had to
And
leave
he's
my mark on
tackled
this
at the
series, and I understand I
38,
was going
but
to be
they
the guy that
doubled
had to
their
prove himself.
yardage. The
I
play
felt
started at the 19, and they gained 19.
How I got guarded last year. And I guess
Not
it was like a sense of
totally
pride,
home
just
free yet,
understanding
but it's
how
looking good as they
how
come up
they were
first
gonna
and
guard me,
10.
they're going to make me have to earn their respect.
Now a give here to
I
Pollard.
totally understand. And
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 70 yards on the ground for him so far.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. On 3rd down, it's Pollard. And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. Prescott to throw on 4th. He finds his man complete. It's Schultz. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. Play after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 15 now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielding just outside the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
Yeah, we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
Herbert. His throw incomplete.
And now the focus is really clear. They need to get that first down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is caught, so it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock, however. So what can the Bears do here as they'll go for 2? Herbert going to throw. That's caught at the 2. And he will get into the end zone. So that shaves 2 more off the deficit as they now trail by 5. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them.